I'm curious, like what led you, you were already successful, right? What led you to go, you know what? Let's do direct to consumer marketing. Let's do this.
First off, just knowing what ClickFunnels are. I mean, you've already mentioned you're in that vibe with all those guys, and I've watched dropship. I've been in startups before where like ClickFunnels are target marketing, right? Like you hit people that are actually motivated, or you're at least dripping in front of them to get in front of them. And as you watch real estate agents, like you talk to them all the time in our world, they're using Boomtown and Zillow, which are just really expensive because it's saturated.
Sure.
And when I started looking into, hey, can I build all these funnels myself? Can I build all these target things? And you start looking at all the compliance and you start looking at all this overhead, you're like, okay, I'm going to need a CRM. I'm going to need to know how to do all this on Facebook. I'm going to have to go get ramped up. It's been 5 years since I've touched Facebook ads and Google ads and analytics. And you
So
start,
it's a different beast,
it's
bro.
time. It's
Yeah.
time. And then like, good hell, dude, every time I turned on YouTube, you or McBilly's there like, hey, Warlords, and it's just like, okay, guys, I get it. Let me look into this.
Yeah.
So I go ahead and I look into it and I get like the first like demo and I'm like, whoa, right there. Okay, you've hit 5 pain points and it comes at a cost. But if I'm willing to scale 10x or like we've already talked about, that's worth the cost of investment, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And so it allows me to let you guys do that and me be creative on the video side, which actually gives me momentum to sell. Me posting something is more sales generation for me. It's just like, I liken it to when I was door-to-door sales. I took my, energy drink, took a sip. At 3 o'clock, they dropped me off on some corner in the middle of freaking nowhere, California or Texas. And
Canvas time.
it was it. It was ready to rock and roll with your iPad. So there was something I had to do routinely in order to get my sales process going. And social media does that for me. Just thinking of what kind of value can I bring to people that are around me? How can I influence them? And you guys are already going and getting me leads. So I can do that. I already have my referrals. Hey, I'm doing all these things, but I have to do them better. How do I elevate myself every week 1% better? And Good Vibe Squad provides this wicked CRM. I've probably like pushed the limits of it or like asked to push it multiple times. And
I love it.
I'm like, how can you put video in these texts? Can you put video in these emails? Can you do this? Can you do this? I'm like, my poor support guy's like, hold up, dude, hold up. I'm like, okay, but like I got 100 leads. I want to like start getting my pull through rate like from 10 to 35 or 50. Like, I know the power of video is there, especially going forward. That's why I left the credit union. Was the industry is changing. If Rocket Mortgage can come in with nasty ads and disrupt the space with not great customer service and not Tyler on the other line and have that direct like consumer marketing like you're talking, why can't I do that at a scale that's localized and disrupt this space?
What has been the impact? Because like you said, you're not shy of success. You've definitely already had it, right? Now, obviously, there's always more, but you've done a lot of referral based business in the past, and like I said, you've had success in the mortgage industry. What do you feel like has been the impact for you to establish a direct to consumer system for yourself?
It's the buyer. It's changing. Straight up, the consumer is changing. The consumer is changing so dramatically. We're seeing that. I mean, you see that so much. So like, I'm a millennial, right? Like I'm turning 36. So I'm starting to talk to more people like me. They don't want to answer the phone. Now, my dad, he wants to talk to you on the phone. He wants to talk to you about all these things under the sun. And like, he has a relationship for life. How do I keep in front of you when you have TikTok, Instagrams, like YouTube, drip campaigns, like text messages, all these things? How do I identify myself just a little bit different? Or that I am a mortgage guy, but I'm real. Mm-hmm. And how do I do that when I'm not picking up the phone? Because dude, if I could pick up the phone, I can sell people, right? I know that.
Right.
But do I have the tools to like help me elevate, through text or through sending emails that like actually mean something, right? So I couldn't do that at the credit union because I had to build their brand, not Tyler's brand.
Right.
So coming over here, I can send out, tidbits of rates and what's happening with the feds to all my agents. They don't have to respond back to me, but when I see them or talk to them on the phone, they refer back to a video.
Mm.
When I have a lead or a borrower and I send them out, like just before this call, I sent out like, hey, it's Happy Easter. I'm going to be with family. Holler at me if you need anything, shoot me a text. Happy house hunt, right? That's basically setting an expectation for this weekend. They're like, hey, he's going to be with his family, but he's still available because he cares about me. I can do that in video. If that comes across in a text, that just sounds like, hey, Preston.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that goes back to that whole, there's three components to human communication. There's the words you use, there's body language and tonality, and the words you use only equate to about 7% of what actually gets across. The other 93% is split between body language and tonality pretty evenly. And it's like, why would you want to rely on 7% of the message getting across?
Right.
Videos, I feel like it's profound. And, we've been talking for a good while now, just because we've used it internally. Like we are champions of Loom, the tool that we use. And
totally.
The thing I love about it is I can shoot it when it's convenient for me. You can watch it when it's convenient for you. I can send it via text. I can send it via email. If I send it via email, it puts that little GIF, which is like kind of disruptive in there of whatever I'm doing, right? So it hooks you in a little bit more than if I just put a YouTube there. So it's a really cool tool, but it allows for you to have what I would consider just barely below an in-person interaction through incredibly scalable means,
And here's like, it kind of getting a little vulnerable with you. It's like all throughout school, I struggle with dyslexia, right? So like you're being told like, hey, you can't really compute at this level because of something that you struggle with. And, you fight your whole life to get around it. Like email, signatures that, have been, read by someone else and all these other things, right? Well, the power of video is it's like, hey, Preston, I just gave you an update. Look at this video.
Yeah.
To the video. I don't have to sit there and type it out and like look like I'm like smarter or whoever. I can actually be 100% myself in video. I can be talking with my hands. I can have a weird little thing with my mouth or whatever it is. And like those people are like, dude, he's real. Like he's not just like a cookie cutter professional. Like he's actually here. I can touch, almost feel and smell or taste, right? And like in marketing, you talk about that a lot, especially with photos, is you want them to engulf like that experience and feel it.
Yeah.
And video's powerful, but I don't know. I'm jazzing on video. It's been like my jam since I left the credit union. Like I'm posting every single day with video. Busting out a YouTube like series of like how to become a broker because no one flipping talks about it.
That's cool.
Just trying to show like, hey, if you want to scale, like I'm going to share some of the tips and tricks I have, because I hate to say it, and this might be cocky, but I'll share whatever has made me successful. You still got to walk the walk.
Yeah.
I can share that with you, right? So, and I'm passionate about it. I want to coach you. Like, I think we're all coaches if we're true salesmen.
Yeah. I like that.